nightly business report.
Good evening. Tonight, in an attempt to boost Sri Lanka's export earnings to $36 billion by 2030, President Anurakumara Dissanayake has reopened the Export Development Council, which had been dormant for 4 years. In an exceptional Gazette notice published yesterday, the government allows the importation of automobiles under certain restrictions. The ASPI and S&P SL20 indices both posted notable gains on the second trading day of the week, demonstrating the market's strong upward momentum. And concerns about a recently released Chinese artificial intelligence model caused local chip-making companies to plummet, with Japanese markets suffering the biggest losses as Asian stocks moved in flat to low range today.
From Studio 24, here's Anuradhi Vikramasinghe.
A very good evening and thank you for joining us. President Anurakumara Dissanayake has reactivated the Export Development Council, which had been inactive for 4 years, marking a renewed effort to drive Sri Lanka's export revenue to $36 billion by 2030.
President Anurakumara Dissanayake has reactivated the Export Development Council after a 4-year hiatus, aiming to boost Sri Lanka's exports revenue to $36 billion by the year 2030. The council, which last had meaningful engagement in 1992 and briefly resurfaced in 2020, gathered key representatives from various ministries including trade, agriculture, industry and foreign affairs. The primary objective of the meeting was to enhance Sri Lanka's global competitiveness by formulating national exports policies and programs. Dissanayake emphasized the need for a shift towards an export-driven economy, leveraging the country's geographic location, skilled workforce and natural resources. The strategy includes revitalizing domestic manufacturing, increasing competitiveness and expanding global market presence. Renewable energy adoption, modern technology and investment incentives will play a key role with a focus on attracting foreign direct investment. One notable decision was introduction of a VAT refund system for tourists at the airport to promote purchase of made in Sri Lanka goods.
Minister of Transport, Highways, Ports and Civil Aviation Bimal Ratnayake has called for the recovery of billions of rupees owed by airlines to Sri Lanka. During a meeting at the Bandaranaike International Airport, the minister outlined plans to launch domestic air travel and attract new airlines to the country. He also emphasized the importance of expanding training programs for aviation professionals to support industry growth. With the goal of reaching 12 million air passengers by 2028, Ratnayake highlighted the need for urgent upgrades to airport facilities. This comes as Sri Lanka experiences a surge in tourist arrivals, requiring enhanced infrastructure to meet growing demand. The minister is committed to boosting the aviation sector as a key contributor to the national economy. The government yesterday issued an extraordinary Gazette notification permitting the release of vehicles imported under specific conditions.
The Director General of Sri Lanka Customs has been authorized to release goods imported under letter of credit between the 18th of December last year and 27th of January this year. This clearance applies to vehicles arriving at any port or airport from 18 December 2024 to 31st of July this year under the Imports and Exports Regulation number 14 of 2024. The Gazette Extraordinary issued by President Anurakumara Dissanayake grants the necessary powers for this decision. The regulations were introduced as per the Finance Minister's authority under the Imports and Exports Act number 1 of 1969 as amended by subsequent acts. This move aims to streamline the vehicle imports process during this specified period. The regulations also address concerns surrounding vehicle imports and exports under the current economic situation. With these provisions, the government seeks to provide clarity and facilitate the importation of vehicles under the established LCs.
President Anurakumara Dissanayake emphasized the government's commitment to advancing the country and improving citizens' quality of life. Speaking at an event for International Customs Day, he praised the Customs Department for successfully fulfilling its responsibilities and stabilizing the economy over the past year. Dissanayake recognized the importance of customs efforts in meeting last year's targets, but stressed that simply hitting revenue goals is not enough to rebuild the economy. He highlighted the need to increase the revenue to GDP ratio as the economic collapse has severely impacted the import-export market. The president reiterated that all actions are being conducted within the framework set by the International Monetary Fund. While some surface indicators suggest recovery, he cautioned that the overall economy remains fragile and requires a careful approach. He urged the Customs Department to work together to achieve the revenue target of 2,550 billion rupees. Let's take a short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. The market showed strong upward momentum on the second trading day of the week, with both ASPI and S&P SL20 indices posing significant gains. Investor sentiment remains positive, driving continued momentum as the market gains traction. For further insights on this, we speak with Manusha Kandanarachi from First Capital Holdings.
Thank you. The Colombo stock market experienced long-lived positive sentiment and increased activity in contrast to yesterday's trading session. The all-share price index closed at 17,120, showcasing a 0.44% increment due to a 75-point upsurge. A rise in participation was noted among both high net worth and retail investors as well. Brown's Investments, Richard Pearis and Company, HNB Bank, Central Finance and LOLC Finance emerged as the top positive contributors to the index. The market experienced some volatility during the first half of the trading day, followed by increased positive sentiment due to individual counters from a mix of various sectors. The turnover stood at LKR 6.4 billion, marking a 14.4% decrease from the monthly average of LKR 7.4 billion as well. The capital goods sector was the most significant contributor to overall turnover with a 20% share, followed by the banking and food, beverage and tobacco sectors jointly contributing 32% of the overall turnover. The top three gainers of the day were Kahawatha Plantations, Ceylon Tea Brokers and Singer Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, the top three losers of the day were SME Finance, 3 Arc Farms and Tal Lanka Hotels. Thank you.
Sri Lanka's manufacturing PMI rose to 57.2 in December of last year, reflecting continued growth, with positive contributions from new orders, production and stock of purchases, while employment declined due to reduced labour in the textile sector. For further insights on this, we speak with Anjali Matthews from First Capital Holdings.
For the month of December 2024, Sri Lanka's Purchasing Managers Index recorded expansions in index value for both the manufacturing and services sectors. So the services sector experienced the most significant expansion, recording an index value of 71.1, and the PMI for manufacturing recorded an index value of 57.2, remaining above the neutral threshold. The services sector, reaching an index value of 71.1, paralleled the record high index of 71.1 that was reached in July 2024, and it was driven by the holiday season and the peak tourism season, a sustained increase in new businesses, and improvements in wholesale and retail trade. The expansion in new businesses was driven by improvements across most sectors, and business activities in the financial services experienced a significant improvement amidst increased lending activities. Personal service activities such as leisure activities also improved with the holiday season, and employment increased amidst recruitments to accommodate growing economic activities, which were driven by increased tourist arrivals. And so the manufacturing sector also experienced expansions, recording an index value of 57.2, where all sub-indices except employment recorded improvements. New orders and production indices increased as a result of increased production in the food and beverage sectors during the holiday season. However, production and orders of the apparel and textile sectors saw a decline because of the winter season, which propelled declines in labor, contributing to the contraction in the employment sub-index. So looking ahead, the expectations for business activities and manufacturing remains positive for the next 3 months, and this is supported by favorable macroeconomic conditions.
Gold prices remained steady today after a volatile session with China's holiday contributing to thinner liquidity. Spot gold held at $2,739.28 per ounce, while U.S. gold futures rose by 0.2% to $2,724.50. The previous day saw a decline of over 1%, the largest drop since December, driven by a global market sell-off sparked by concerns over China's DeepSeek AI model. The sell-off, particularly in technology stocks, led investors to liquidate bullion to cover broader market losses. Despite the recent dip, gold is attempting to recover from its worst intraday performance in more than a month. Oil prices rose slightly today but remained near a two-week low following weak economic data from China and milder weather forecasts that dampened the demand outlook. Brent crude futures gained 0.54%, reaching $77.05 per barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures increased 0.46%, settling at $73.51. Brent had closed its lowest point since January 9th, while WTI hit its lowest since the 2nd of this month. The decline in prices was fueled by China's unexpected contraction in manufacturing activity for January, raising concerns over global crude demand. As the world's largest importer of crude oil, China's economic slowdown further contributed to the uncertainty surrounding future demand growth. The Sri Lankan rupee has depreciated against the US dollar today, showing a shift from yesterday's rates. According to the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, both the buying and selling rates of the US dollar have risen. This change in the exchange rate reflects broader trends in the currency markets. Let's now take a closer look at how the Sri Lankan rupee is performing against other major global currencies. A short break now. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back. Lanka Rating Agency has awarded National Savings Bank a AAA rating, reflecting its strong creditworthiness and financial stability. This rating highlights the bank's robust liquidity, asset quality, and government backing, ensuring its ability to meet financial obligations and maintain long-term stability. For further insights, we speak with finance analyst Imran Iqbal from Lanka Rating Agency.
National Savings Bank has been rated AAA by Lanka Rating Agency, reflecting its strong creditworthiness. As a rating agency, our responsibility is to provide an independent opinion on the creditworthiness of the entities. It is important to clarify that we do not promote or endorse any investment, but instead offer an objective assessment based on our methodology, which consists of both qualitative and quantitative analysis. Creditworthiness in the context of an entity or bank reflects its ability to meet financial obligation in a timely manner and sustain confidence among stakeholders. A bank with a strong credit fundamentals is typically regarded as resilient to economic fluctuation and capable of maintaining a long-term financial stability while fulfilling its commitment to depositors and creditors. National Savings Bank's rating reflects 100% ownership of the government of Sri Lanka, an explicit guarantee of the government on all its deposit and interest. Mandated by the National Savings Bank Act, the Act requires the bank to invest 60% of its deposit in government securities, which lower its credit risk and strengthen liquidity. The bank holds highest market share in the licensed specialized bank industry in terms of its total assets and deposit base. During September 2024, the bank's liquidity profile demonstrated a notable improvement with a strong liquidity coverage ratio. The bank net interest income, profit before tax and profit after tax recorded a significant growth during 2024 compared to previous year. The bank impaired loan ratio net stage 3 impairment was well below the industry average, demonstrating its robust asset quality. The bank maintained very strong capital adequacy ratio well above the regulatory minimum requirement. In conclusion, our AAA rating signifies the highest credit quality of National Savings Bank and will continue to monitor it closely. Any significant changes in the act or significant decline in the bank's liquidity position amidst the government's inability to support the bank can impact the rating opinion.
Barista has celebrated the opening of its 50th outlet, Barista Navamawatha, marking a major milestone in its journey across Sri Lanka. The company, which began in 2002 with its first outlet at the World Trade Center in Colombo, has played a key role in introducing coffee culture to the island. From its humble beginnings, Barista has expanded to locations across the country, including in Kandy, Jaffna, Nuwara and Mathura. The new outlet reflects Barista's ongoing commitment to delivering high-quality coffee and exceptional service to communities nationwide. Barista's expansion highlights the company's dedication to becoming a part of daily life for coffee lovers across the island. This milestone underscores the success of Barista's vision to provide an authentic Italian coffee experience in the heart of Sri Lanka. Cinnamon Hotels and Resorts is set to launch Kandy Mist, its newest property in the hill capital of Kandy. Scheduled to open in mid-February, the resort marks a significant expansion for the brand, according to Deputy CEO Hishan Singawansa.
Cinnamon Hotels and Resorts' new property, Kandy Mist, has received a positive response in pre-bookings, according to Deputy CEO Hishan Singawansa. He noted that feedback has been encouraging, with familiarization tours set to begin soon. Singawansa expressed confidence that Kandy Mist would elevate Kandy's appeal, showcasing the city as a modern destination. Developed in collaboration with Indra Traders, the resort features 215 contemporary rooms, the largest inventory in the city. It also offers 18 interconnecting rooms catering to both families and business travelers. Additional amenities include infinity rooftop pool, cafe, sky bar, a diverse dining options. The resort aims to attract both local and international visitors, further boosting tourism in the region. With its blend of modern luxury and stunning hill views, Kandy Mist is poised to become a premier destination in Sri Lanka.
Siam City Cement Limited has appointed Tusit C. Gunawarnasuriya as Chief Operating Officer. Gunawarnasuriya brings over 24 years of leadership experience across multiple industries, with a proven track record of operational excellence and strategic innovation. He has spent a decade of his career with INSEE, having worked under Holcim Lanka Limited and Lafarge Holcim, contributing significantly to the company's growth. His extensive experience has shaped INSEE's operational strategies, enhancing its competitive edge in the market. Gunawarnasuriya's appointment reflects the company's commitment to strengthening its leadership and operational capabilities. With his expertise, INSEE is poised to continue its success as Sri Lanka's leading cement manufacturer. A. Bauer & Co. Private Limited has partnered with Haley Solar to install a solar PV system on the rooftop of its corporate office in Colombo, marking a significant step towards sustainability.
A. Bauer & Company Private Limited has partnered with Haley Solar to install a 168.56 kW solar PV system onto its rooftops in the corporate office in Colombo. The system will generate 233,792 kW annually, covering over 75% of the office energy needs, of offsetting 170,622 kilograms of carbon emissions each year. This initiative is a part of Bauer's broader sustainability efforts, aligning with United Nations Global Compact and integrating sustainable development goals into its operations. Through this project, Bauer's will contribute to the SDG indicator 7.2.1, increasing the share of renewable energy in its total consumption as it worked towards net zero emissions. With a legacy of 127 years, Bowers is committed to socio-economic welfare, employing over 800 staff across Sri Lanka. Looking forward, the company plans to expand its renewable energy investments by installing a 7-megawatt solar power system across warehouses and facilities. The project was completed ahead of a schedule with collaboration between Bowers and Haley's Solar ensuring its swift implementation.
Hatton National Bank has announced a strategic partnership with Access Lifestyle to enhance customer experiences and boost home and personal loan growth. The collaboration combines HNB's financial expertise with Access Lifestyle's premium home and lifestyle product offerings, including brands like Hansgrohe and Duravit. Access Lifestyle, with over 25 years of experience, specializes in importing high-quality European bathroom and kitchen solutions, transforming living spaces with modern designs. The partnership will offer special financing options, competitive interest rates, and personalized mortgage advisory services through HNB's relationship managers. Additionally, customers will benefit from flexible repayment plans and comprehensive support services tailored to their needs. Let's take a short commercial break. Global business updates coming on the other side. This is the Nightly Business Report. Welcome back to the Nightly Business Report. Asian stocks traded in a flat to low range today, with Japanese markets leading the losses as local chip-making stocks were hit by concerns over a newly launched Chinese artificial intelligence model. Markets in China and South Korea were closed for the Lunar New Year holiday, resulting in lower regional trading volumes throughout the week due to additional holidays. In Hong Kong, markets slowed slight gains ahead of an early close. Japan's Nikkei 225 index was the region's worst performer, dropping nearly 1%, while the Topix index saw a small increase. Chinese tech stocks experienced milder losses and Hong Kong's Hang Seng index rose by 0.2% amid thin trading conditions. US President Donald Trump has said that Microsoft is in talks to acquire TikTok and that he would like to see a bidding war over the app, which faces a ban in the US on national security grounds.
Donald Trump says Microsoft is in talks to acquire TikTok. Speaking Monday, the US president also said he'd like to see a contest for the app. TikTok had faced a ban in the US over national security concerns, but Trump delayed enforcing that upon taking office, instead signing an order that gave him 75 days to decide on a course of action. Neither Microsoft nor TikTok owner ByteDance would comment on the latest reports, but it's just one of numerous options in play. Last week, Trump said he'd be happy to see the app sold to Tesla boss Elon Musk. Reports this week suggest US tech giant Oracle is another possible buyer. Search firm Perplexity AI has submitted its own merger proposal, and billionaire Frank McCourt has voiced interest. Trump has said he's in talks with multiple serious players and hopes to make a decision in 30 days. Microsoft may be feeling some deja vu. During Trump's first term, he ordered ByteDance to divest TikTok, and the Windows maker emerged as a top bidder. However, the talks soon collapsed, and Trump's divestment bid faded away. Microsoft chief Satya Nadella has called that abortive deal the strangest thing I've ever worked on. Speaking in 2021, he said the US government came in with some very specific requirements and then just disappeared.
Tesla has challenged EU tariffs on China-made electric vehicles, opening a new front in Brussels' conflict with CEO Elon Musk. The EU last month stepped up its probe into Musk's social media platform X over content moderation.
Tesla is the latest big automaker to challenge the EU over its tariffs on China-made electric vehicles. It joins BMW and Chinese producers in filing a challenge at a top European court. The move was revealed Monday in a filing on the website for the Court of Justice of the European Union. The challenge will open a new front in Brussels' conflict with Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Earlier this month, the EU stepped up its probe into Musk's social media platform X over content moderation. The EU imposed tariffs on China-made EVs at the end of October after an anti-subsidy investigation. The rate for Tesla was set at 7.8%, lower than any of its competitors. The court document showed the US automaker lodged its complaint last week. Chinese EV giants BYD, Geely and SAIC have also challenged the tariffs at the court.
But that's all from us here at the Nightly Business Report for today. We'll see you again tomorrow with the latest updates across the business globe. Until then, I'm Anuradhi Vikramasinghe. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great night.